Someone's been forwarding your emails to this address since 2020, the IT guy said. I recognized the email. It's my therapist's personal account. I stared at the screen, my brain refusing to process what I was seeing. Every single email I'd sent or received for the past 4 years had been automatically forwarded to dr.levine.private@gmail.com. That was Dr. Arlene Levine, my therapist of 6 years, the woman I'd trusted with my deepest secrets, my childhood trauma, my marriage problems, my fears about motherhood, everything. The IT guy kept talking about security protocols while my ears started ringing. I can remove the forwarding rule, but you should figure out how someone got access to set this up. Did you ever share your password with anyone? I hadn't, but I'd logged into my email on Dr. Levine's office computer once, 4 years ago, when I needed to show her a message from my mother that had triggered a panic attack. She'd let me use her computer while she stepped out to get tea. That was December 2020, the exact month the forwarding started. I drove straight to her office without calling ahead. Her receptionist said she was with a client. I waited 45 minutes in the lobby, my leg bouncing uncontrollably. When Dr. Levine finally emerged, her face froze for a split second when she saw me sitting there. Then the warm therapist mask slid back into place perfectly. Elise, you don't have an appointment today. Is everything all right? We need to talk. Now, privately. She studied my face carefully, then nodded and led me into her office. The same office where I'd cried about my divorce, the same couch where I'd processed my miscarriage, the same room where I'd confessed things I'd never told another living soul. Someone's been forwarding my emails to your personal account since 2020, I said, watching her reaction carefully. Her expression didn't change at all. That's very concerning. Have you contacted IT about this? Was it you, Arlene? Excuse me? You're the only person who ever had access to my email. The forwarding started the exact month I used your computer in this office. She leaned back in her chair with a look of practiced concern that I'd seen hundreds of times before. Elise, I think we should explore why you're jumping to this conclusion so quickly. This kind of paranoid thinking might be connected to the anxiety we've been working on together. I felt my rage building. She was using my own diagnosis against me, weaponizing everything I trusted her with. I'm not paranoid. The IT records show the forwarding rule was created from this building's IP address. That cracked her composure. Just for a second. A flicker of something dark crossed her eyes before she recovered completely. There must be some mistake. Perhaps we should schedule an extra session this week to work through these feelings together. I stood up immediately. I'm filing a complaint with the licensing board, and I'm pressing charges. Dr. Levine's mask dropped completely. Her voice turned cold and sharp. You won't be able to prove anything substantial. And even if you could, who do you think people will believe? A respected psychiatrist with 30 years of experience? Or a woman with documented anxiety disorder and a history of emotional instability? She smiled, and it was nothing like the warm expression I trusted for 6 years. Everything you've ever told me is documented in my clinical notes. Your intrusive thoughts, your breakdown after the miscarriage. That time you admitted you wanted to hurt yourself. One word from me and you'll be the unstable woman making wild accusations against a respected professional. I walked out without responding, but I wasn't scared anymore. I was furious. The licensing board investigation took 3 months. They subpoenaed her email records and found everything. 4 years of my private conversations with my husband, my mother, my divorce lawyer. Every vulnerable late-night email I'd sent to friends during my darkest moments. But they also found something else. Emails she'd been sending to my ex-husband throughout my divorce. Detailed information about my mental state, my insecurities, my deepest fears. Information he'd used against me in custody negotiations. She'd been feeding him ammunition for years while sitting across from me twice a week, nodding sympathetically, pretending to help me heal. When confronted with the evidence, Dr. Levine finally admitted everything. She'd been in a relationship with my ex-husband. They'd met at a conference 2 years before my divorce even started. The email forwarding let her monitor what I knew and didn't know. Let her stay one step ahead. Let her help him manipulate me while charging me $200 an hour to process the pain they were both causing. She lost her license permanently. My ex-husband lost his custody arrangement when I showed the court how their relationship had corrupted the entire proceedings. I still go to therapy now, with someone new, but I don't think I'll ever fully trust anyone with my secrets again.